Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sales Mindset TV show. I'm Chris, and as always, I'm here with Steve.
Hi Chris, hi everybody.
How are you doing today?
Today has been one of the best days.
Ready? Anything good happened?
Yeah, getting ready to do another filming.
Brilliant.
Love it. Exciting.
It always makes me feel good when you're having a great day when you come in to see me.
Yeah.
That's good feedback, really, isn't it?
That's the point.
I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about feedback.
Yeah.
You just said how great it is to come and visit me. I must be doing a great job.
Exactly.
But today we're going to talk about acting on negative feedback.
Yeah.
Which I think is important. Now, so at times you do get negative feedback. It's a part of life. You're either going to get it because someone disagrees with something you're saying, or maybe, in fact, I've seen it happen where it's a competitor who just wants to say something slightly distorted in order to put you off your game, and it does happen.
Yeah.
How should people react to this? How should people feel?
I think that first point is worth hovering over. I mean, I've looked at sort of like what I call it, TripAdvisor, and reviews on hotels, and often thought, my goodness, how can it be that bad? Because this is a 5-star hotel in London, and then because it's convenient, you book and you go there. It isn't. It's perfect. It's actually, there is a negative side to this kind of online view of giving feedback, that it can be a little bit naughty, let's say. But I think the key point is what we've already said: all feedback is good feedback. And negative feedback, it depends how you see it, right? So do you see it as something that is personal, right? Because that's sometimes the emotion. Do you see it as something that is almost negative in connotations, being it doesn't work, it can't help me, and therefore you as an individual have got your offer or your product wrong? And so I think there are some sort of mindset issues, dare I say, again, where feedback can take you to a bad place. But the real value here about feedback is negative feedback is still so powerful. The key is having the skills or the mindset, the open mind, to treat it as equally as you do good feedback.
Yeah. So should you be working with this feedback? I know a lot of people, when they get on social media, hide comments. But you shouldn't be you should be working with it. Because sometimes negative feedback is not people feel negative, they just don't understand.
Well, I mean, that's a great point. That's a great way of putting it. And sometimes the reaction is to sort of put it down. And yeah, you can hide comments, but you know, in life, what's the point, right? Because that's just going to be manifesting somewhere, and that could be a snowballing effect. If you're ignoring it, it could just be that you're not explaining well enough your point. But actually, if you get anything like that, negative feedback, what a great opportunity it is for you to be able to demonstrate that you're the sector expert.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity for you to be able to thank people for that, and then demonstrate publicly how your product or your service can actually work in that environment.
Because I think there's an element now, isn't there? Because we hear about fake reviews happening all the time, and if someone has got full-on 5 stars, you do question that slightly, don't you? So how can someone not be disappointed or unhappy? Because you tend to always get it these days.
It's another reference point, isn't it? But I think the manifestation, i.e. the outcome, what's reported, is one thing. I think the culture of how you use it as a business owner is something else. Encourage it, welcome it, and if it is bad, really learn from it.
And if people are putting this out there, your feedback, if they are putting it on a public forum, use it as an opportunity to get more information out there. Because it's just a question which someone's asking, which someone else will probably want to know.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I've been around the world where social media didn't exist, and how many times you've been in a meetings where people say, please, there are no silly questions.
Yeah.
Right? This is just formalising that a bit.
So, just quickly, in terms of the having feedback, should you have a step at every process asking for feedback, negative and positive?
Well, I think as long as you've got a process, right? I don't think you should be overtly saying, what went well and what didn't go well. Please give me your feedback. I think is actually the way to do it. I think if it's genuine feedback, asking for comments, not just ticking the stars or the numbers. That helps, because in my day back with Shell, the valuable feedback was with the verbatim comments.
Yeah.
The ones that actually gave you a little bit of narrative behind the stars. Whilst the stars were important, actually people telling you, trying to explain was clearly more valuable.
So, top tip for people, if they had to leave with a top tip, what would it be?
So, I mean, maybe I'm asking some people out there to do this as well, but actually it's to find those customers or prospects that really value what you do. And make them advocates of your product or your service. Actually ask them to write you reviews, give you comments, give you feedback, be it good or bad, right? People that actually challenge your view of the world, create agitation in your life, but actually then take that to a place where they go, I'm happy to write a testimonial or a review. So, create and nurture advocates. And not always are the people that agree with you all the time the best advocates, because the ones that have had a testing time or a disagreement, actually the ones that probably will talk about you or write about you in a far more robust and meaningful way.
Brilliant. Well, that is all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. But as we mentioned, it is a show about feedback. So do leave your feedback. Comment below, ask any questions, and Steve will be around to answer them. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Bye all.